Hello everyone, I'm back with new sets of glasses. I made a step worth $200, so my previous frame is destroyed. As far as this video is concerned, you are all probably aware of the attack on Mary Emmanuel. I think he's a former bishop of the Assyrian Church, or the Church of the East, and currently he resides in Australia. During a recorded sermon, he was assaulted by a Muslim extremist. He attacked him with what I believe was a switchblade that failed to open, and the man simply started essentially hitting the bishop with an unopened blade. Luckily, he only sustained minor injuries. The parishioners attacked the attacker. There were some talks about the parishioners actually cutting off the fingers of the attacker. These, when I'm recording this, is unverified. Oh, sorry, I only noticed that this isn't exactly straight. It is what it is. And there was some controversy on Orthodox online forums because some people were warning that Bishop Mary Emmanuel isn't an Orthodox bishop. He declares himself to be an historian, and that he doesn't call Mary the mother of Jesus Theotokos, the mother of she who gave birth to God, but Christotokos, she who gave birth to Christ. There was a lot of controversy here, and first of all, I would like to begin this whole discussion first with a prayer for the health of Bishop Mary Emmanuel and for the forgiveness and repentance of his attacker, as well as of everyone who cheered this attack on, because yes, there were actually people who cheered this on. Of course, I'm talking about Muslims, because Bishop Emmanuel is actually quite an outspoken critic of Islam. When it comes to this Orthodox discussion about warning about the heresy, I think there are a couple of parallel discussions here which generally get tangled up, and when people talk about one thing, that people assume that people are actually dissing the other thing, and so on. So the first discussion is the zeal of Bishop Mary Emmanuel, and I'm going to discuss all of these. The second discussion is on orthodoxy of Mary Emmanuel, and the third discussion is, how should I call this one? The good manners. Is it proper to warn people about possible heresy at the time when one is attacked? And again, I'm going to discuss. So first things first, the zeal. The zeal of Bishop Mary Emmanuel is something we should all strive for, to be such a direct critic of Islam, of today's secular forces that seek nothing but to destroy us by ourselves. That requires immense praise. Speaking of zeal, after the parishioners subdued the attacker, the bishop placed his hand on the attacker's head and prayed for him. That is admirable. That is simply admirable. I don't have that much patience for people in public transport, much less if somebody tried to attack me with a knife. And if you have seen the video, I don't think it is especially graphic, considering that there's no blood or anything, because the Oriental Orthodox and the Assyrian Church of the East Orthodox usually have this little cross. Priests have this little blessing cross in their right hand that they hold all the time. It is so symbolic that the cross triumphed over a knife. There is some iconographic, poetic, divine justice right there. The second line is orthodoxy. And this is where the good bishop fails on a couple of levels, because not only is he an historian, which is a condemned heresy, but he is also not in proper relation with his own church, because he was under suspension and then he went his own way and formed his own church. This is a serious sin. This is the sin of schism, and this isn't something that should be praised for. However, thing is, when you don't have an oversight of a bishop, on occasion you might do amazing stuff, but very often you will simply go haywire. And with Marie Emmanuel, we see both of these things. However, I'm not going to, go deep into, because I did not investigate a lot. That's the first thing. And the second thing, it doesn't really matter. However, one argument that I see that is sort of faulty here, when Orthodox say, but he's an historian bishop. I mean, he clearly is. Maybe not historian, but at least Oriental Orthodox, in the sense of, it's not like he's dressing up as an Eastern Orthodox and falsely claiming that he's Eastern Orthodox. I think that Oriental Orthodox should have much more issue, because he seems, and this is only something I've heard, that he sort of wears these Coptic trappings, while being, I think that Syrian bishops and priests sort of have different vestments. So again, I'm not trying to put the zeal of the bishop here. It's just that pointing out something that's off. The third thing is it proper to call out somebody's heresies as he is being literally assaulted with a knife? This is somewhere where I sort of agree a bit with everyone here. I might be a fence-sitter, I don't know. But on one side, I completely agree that it is in poor manners that, somebody's getting stabbed with a knife and you're like, but he's a heretic, or as I said on X, it's like somebody retrieving a body of Annie Frank from the house and somebody from the crowd. She was Jewish, but I do not agree with this. It's something you simply don't say. However, because we live in the age we live in today, this will blow up. This did blow up. This blow up on YouTube, on Twitter, on social media. I've never seen such an unity amongst Christians as in praying for Bishop Marie Emmanuel and so on. This will bring more people to Bishop Marie Emmanuel. And on the zeal side, that is a great thing. More people will hear the gospel of Jesus Christ. More people will convert to Christianity. More people will, leave, especially Islam, I think, because when they see such a stellar example. However, on the Orthodoxy side, they are falling into heresy of Nestorianism and into an essentially, schismatic church. However, not necessarily. I believe that there is a lot of Orthodox people, Eastern Orthodox people, who have converted to Orthodoxy because they heard his sermons, for example, and were simply influenced by them. Because, again, let's be honest, it's not like he preaches Nestorians in every sermon, or a lot of his sermons are plain old gospel. So I think that especially when it comes to debates like this, we need to exercise care when we specify what are we talking about. I honestly believe that this man, Bishop Marie Emmanuel, does much more good than, evil, bad. I don't want to say evil, bad, because that's the thing with heresy. I mean, very rarely it's done out of pure petty evil. I'm sure there are cases of that when somebody knows the truth but decides to go against it in order to spite former church associates or something. However, I'm sort of definitely think this is not the case here. But yeah, the proper answer here is especially to pray, to learn from zeal, and on occasion, not always, not at every opportunity that presents itself, to simply warn that this man is unorthodox and that due caution should be exercised, especially when he discusses the matter of God. That's it. I'm traveling to New York on April the 22nd. I'm staying there until Great Thursday, which is the 2nd of May. I will post on my main channel, Bible Illustrated, when I plan to have a little get-together for the subscribers. So if you're close to New York or you can attend, please drop by. I will be there with family, so as much as I would, I won't be able to, organize something every day, but I will try to find a day and meet with you guys. Of course, because I'm a huge coward when it comes to planes, and I'm absolutely not ashamed to admit it, please pray for a safe journey and for my upcoming confession. Thank you all so much. Again, pray for everyone involved, and may the Lord bless the reminder of your Lent if you are Orthodox, and the reminder of your Paschal tide if you are non-Orthodox, or whatever you're celebrating if you're non-Christian. Bye.